Popular shonen series Kaiju number 8 has been confirmed to get an anime adaptation. Oh, hold on. Let me say that a little bit louder for the people in the back. Popular shonen series Kaiju number 8 has been confirmed to get an anime adaptation. I gotta dance to that. Hold on.
Now, before you pause the video, let me explain to you why I'm so hyped. Whether it's reading the manga or watching the future anime, I just want you to give this amazing series a chance. Kaiju number 8 is a series that's full of action, laughs, and a story that immediately gets you enveloped within its world. Written by Naoya Matsumoto, Kaiju number 8 is not too old at all, being a series that started July 3rd, 2020, and has been in the limelight ever since its release. It currently has over 4 million copies in circulation. The premise of Kaiju number 8 is that Japan is the country with the highest kaiju emergence rate in the world. This series follows our main character Kafka Hibino, age 32. Kafka lives in Japan and works for a professional kaiju cleaning company, basically known as the Kaiju Defense Force Cleanup Crew, or the janitors. The word kaiju quite literally translates from Japanese to English meaning monster. These monsters emerge and wreak havoc on cities. The best example of a kaiju that everyone knows is Godzilla. Fortitude level infinity, but we'll talk about fortitudes in another video. For me, Kafka has to be one of the most different approaches for a main character that I've ever seen. It's not often that you get a main protagonist that is 32 years old. He's not the guy that's super cool, edgy, strong, or a ladies man. In fact, he's just your very average run-of-the-mill guy working a not-so-average run-of-the-mill job. Nah, like, he quite literally does not run a mill. But in daily interactions, he's a guy that's optimistic, cares for those around him, and really just laid back cruising through life. He's really just one of those guys that everyone naturally likes to be around. However, behind the panels, full manga pun intended here, we can see the inner turmoil Kafka deals with every day. Kafka is an implied drinker, upset with himself for not fully chasing his dreams, making empty promises to not only those he cares for but himself, and most of all, he questions whether he's done all he can to be where he wants to be in life. At 32, he's living a mundane and modest life, but still, he can't help but question, how did I end up on this side of things? Early in the series, we see Kafka tried to join the Defense Force in the past. However, when he tried to join, he just wasn't up to par with his peers. Their abilities far overshadowed Kafka's, and this especially kills Kafka over the years, because him and a special someone named Mina Ashido made promises to each other. See, we learn why Kafka truly wanted to join the Defense Force all those years ago. Kafka and Mina were very close as kids, and both of their homes, schools, and most importantly, Kafka's video games were destroyed. Because of kaiju, everything Mina and Kafka knew and loved was gone in a matter of minutes. They vowed to each other to join the Defense Force when they got older and wipe out kaiju together side by side. Now, all these years later, and Mina is the 3rd division leader in the Japan Defense Force, wiping out kaiju as promised as a badass, and Kafka is a top-notch monster janitor. No, but really, who's winning here? Early, we see Kafka meet what will be his best comrade slash friend in the series named Reno. Reno is an 18-year-old, hard-edged kid with white hair, and we all know the character with white hair in any series is automatically the hardest in the series, as seen by all these characters. Don't be in my comments talking about who's better in this series, because you're wrong. Get mad. Big mad. Okay, back to it. Just kidding, one more time. Told you so. All right, not really. Reno is the new guy working as a part-time cleanup crew member. However, Reno's ultimate goal is to join the Defense Force. Reno also carries a demeanor with him that pulls Kafka's attention in immediately. He also asks Kafka why he gave up on his dreams of becoming a member of the Japan Defense Force. After this, Kafka basically takes Reno under his wing. He teaches Reno the ropes of crew cleaning on his first day, And at the end of the day, as Kafka's wrapping things up and all the other workers are leaving, Reno comes back to say thanks to Kafka for teaching him the ropes. As they're sharing a beautiful bro moment, a kaiju comes out of nowhere to attack them both while they're weaponless. And I'll put the panel up, and honestly, that's a good place to stop. Bro, go read the story. But really, this is just the beginning of a series that's peak entertaining action. When writing this script, I really wanted to make you guys understand what about this manga pulled me in so quick. Why after I picked this up did I not put it down? Why is it one of the goated few that I keep up with weekly? I can't lie to you when I tell you that I literally started this series when I was on my honeymoon with my wife on the beach reading. I started the series back over when preparing for this video, and when reading through it, I noticed the story isn't insanely deep the way Hunter x Hunter is. It doesn't have the most wonky world building like One Piece. Hell, it's not even a series that's gonna make you feel good every time the weak main character smiles through pain. Deku! No, not at all. Not at all, not at all. Kaiju is quite literally a story about humanity at war with monsters. While we can all agree that war against humanity will never be a good thing, we can also see through this story what war does to people. This war against humanity drives people to selflessness, unmatched resolve to survive, and more than anything, it teaches people the fundamental that we're all human. We all come from so many different places, backgrounds, and all have so many different stories. Yet in this moment, right here and now, we can sit back and cower from the kaiju because of their sheer size and fortitude, or we can rise above with size and numbers and save each other. In this series, it's never us versus us, and it's always us versus them. Kaiju's action scenes depict just that. You see how different members of the Defense Force have to come together to defeat emerging kaiju. These kaijus have different fortitude levels, and the higher the fortitude, the more camaraderie as well as numbers we need to beat these kaiju. Between training, fighting, and knocking sense into each other, the action starts early in the series and never stops. It hasn't been announced when the official release of the anime is yet, but rest assured, when it drops, this series will go from being the biggest new manga to the biggest new anime. And I, for one, can't wait. And lastly, I hope that I've convinced you to join me on this journey that we call Kaiju number 8. Sly Senpai, out.